Heat number 19 of the National Championship is underway. They're officially 4 wide, maybe even 5 wide down now. The widest of all is car number 10, I think, Jamie Locke, but it doesn't matter. The yellow lights have come on. The officials weren't happy with the start. You can get lost on this track if you go too wide, but it looks spectacular, and there will be a restart. So complete restart coming up. This is heat number 19. For those interested in other speedways, Parramatta was washed out tonight. And also the modified production state title that was at Gympie in Queensland, the Queensland modified production title, where there was a big field entered, basically a national title field that was washed out, and it at this stage is on tomorrow night. So if you're interested in other sections, there's quite a bit of rain on the east coast of Australia. No chance of rain here tonight. Righto, in front of the big crowd that's gathered here at Ellenbrook, Heat 19 about to get back underway. This one proudly brought to you by DVF Plumbing and Gas. Give Daniel a call, 0417 217 966, but not right now. He's a bit busy. The racing is resuming. Down into turn number 1. That's a better start. A little bit more mundane than the 5 wide the last time around. It's Devonshire and Coolker. Flatman is out there too. And one car's going sideways. This is going to end in tears. It'll have to end in tears. There's a car that's done a 360. There's 2 cars parked on the back straight. One is Mark Furphy, and I'm trying to pick out who the other one is. It may be Darren Flatman from South Australia. 84, Jason Oldfield is coming across the infield. And there will be a restart once again. And this is Heat 19. So they come up for another restart. Darren Flatman will be on pole again. So hello to Mrs. Flatman, who is listening in at home. And also some relatives as well, who are also listening in. Green lights are coming on. No, the yellow lights are still on. So a couple of cars out of position. No, the yellow lights have gone out. We are going green. Stand by. This is the restart, Heat 19. Racing into the main straight. And on the outside of the back row, getting a flyer was Jamie Locke. Mick Dan's in there as well. They're 3 wide. Darren Flatman didn't get the best of starts. He's sideways and he's spun himself around. Will he keep himself mobile? Yes, he does. Or no, he doesn't. He stopped on the back straight. He stopped the car. The cautions will have to come on in a moment. They cross the line first. The lap will count. Now the cautions will come on. So 1 lap down and there'll be 11 to go. And here we go. Have a look downstairs. Darren Chloe the Kirk, of course, for the first tonight, will be issuing a flag, which we haven't seen for a while. The black flag is going to be issued. And it is going to car number 72. Darren Flatman has been disqualified for deliberately causing a restart. So he's not happy, but the steward deemed that he got started, moved out onto the track and stopped. That was on the fence, not on the cars. Stand by, here's the restart coming up. Back into the main straight. We've still got 12 laps to go. We've had quite a few stoppages in this one. We haven't done any. On the outside, taking the lead And going nicely at this point in time. Looks as though it's Shane Coulter. Yes, it is. Mark Furphy storms around the outside and takes second place as they head down into turn 3 and 4. Devonshire is third. Then back to the 8 car in fourth place from Victoria, Mick Dan. He's under pressure from Jason Oldfield, then Vanzetti and Locke in car number 10. And Jamie Locke is the last of the 7, but he's making progress. Out of turn number 2, the 2 Narrogin cars fighting for the lead at the moment. Narrogin a couple of hours southeast of here in the metropolitan area. It is car number 6, Shane Coulter, the race leader. Second spot is Mark Furphy. They're clear of Oldfield, who gets underneath at Mick Dan. On the outside is Shane Devonshire. On the inside from Victoria is Jamie Locke in car number 10. And back to Vanzetti. You can throw a blanket over the 5 of them fighting for 3rd through 7th. As around the outside goes the Victorian. Mick Dan goes into 3rd place. Around the outside of Jason Oldfield. Back then to Shane Devonshire. Back to Jamie Locke in 6th place as they run clockwise up the main straight. And it was Mark Furphy who clobbered the wall here in the main straight, but was able to continue on. Down out of turn number 2 they go once again. The 2 Narrogin cars leading the rest of them a merry dance. It is Shane Coulter from Narrogin, headed up the race lead at the moment from Mark Furphy, who's all over the back of him. A little bit of a gap back to the Victorian of Mick Dan. On the inside is Jason Oldfield. 5th spot for Melbourne is Shane Devonshire. 6th place is car number 10. And that, of course, one car has gone around. That's Vanzetti. He's out of harm's way. Jamie Locke in 6th place as they move down the back straight once again. The 2 Narrogin cars are going to fight this out. There's still 8 laps to go. Mick Dan isn't making too much of an impression at this stage, but the 2 Narrogin cars could bring each other undone. They're racing pretty hard. It's Shane Coulter and Mark Furphy. They're running 1 and 2. 30 metres back to Mick Dan. 20 metres back in 4th spot is Jason Oldfield. He's in a bit of trouble. Back to Shane Devonshire and Jamie Locke. We've done 5 laps. We've got 7 laps to go. So they come out of turn 4. It's Mark Furphy and the 6 of Shane Coulter. Oh, they're going to really close the gap on each other in a minute. They're going to bring each other undone. They're getting very close together, racing very hard, and that's allowing Mick Dan to close the gap on the pair of them. Down the back straight they go once again. There's Mick Dan, who is leading the chasing group on the 2 Narrogin cars. They'll come up with 5 laps to go this time. Mark Furphy trying to get underneath of Shane Coulter. Here comes Mick Dan. Jason Oldfield 30 metres further back. Then back to Jamie Locke. And last of the 6 in the leading group is Shane Devonshire. Down the back straight once again. It is still Shane Coulter, the race leader from Mark Furphy. 20 metres back to Mick Dan, who's closing now. Back to Jason Oldfield as one car has gone around. And that was Shane Devonshire while in 6th place. So they come up now with 4 laps to go. Now, the interesting thing is they're going to catch Vanzetti, I reckon, with 2 to go, and that will decide this race. Down the back straight they go once again. Down the back straight past the big crowd here at Ellenbrook. It is Shane Coulter out in front, just ahead of Mark Furphy, who's on his tail and has been since the outset. Back in 3rd place is Mick Dan in car number 8. He's over the back of the pair of them now as they go into turn number 1. 4th place is Jason Oldfield. A gap to Jamie Locke as they head down the back section once again with 2.5 laps left to go. The race leader is still Shane Coulter, just from Mark Furphy, and Mick Dan is close to be right up with them into the main straight this time with 2 laps to go. A big finish coming up. The white flag to come out next time around, and they have caught Vanzetti. Where will they pass him as they move down the back straight once again? There's 30 metres between the lap car and the leaders. It's Shane Coulter just in front. Mark Furphy there with Mick Dan from Victoria. A gap back to Jason Oldfield. 1 lap to go. It is just the race lead in the hands of Shane Coulter, Mark Furphy and Mick Dan. They're up behind the lap car number 106 of Warren Vanzetti. They haven't caught him yet. They're right up behind him though. It's Shane Coulter, Furphy and Dan. Dan dives underneath. No, he can't quite make it stick. He has another go as Furphy goes the outside of Coulter. On the inside comes Dan and the lap car into the main straight. Here is it gonna go? Close. Very close. I think it's going to be Coulter, Furphy and Dan. In that order, across the line, there was 4 of them, if you include the lap car of Warren Vanzetti. Back to Jason Oldfield. 5th spot is Jamie Locke. And then further back to Shane Devonshire, who ended up in a race of his own. And the wind will go the way of car number 6. Shane Coulker hangs on in a great finish. How about putting hands together for the three of them? Shane Coulker, Mark Furphy and Mick Dan, who closed them all out and right up with them in the very end. And there was basically 4 of them across the line together. It's going to be very interesting to see the winning margin. It won't be very much. As we cross down to Rick, who has with him Shane Coulker.
Well, we're down here on this finish line with Shane Coulker. Shane, you must be pretty wrapped with that one.
Yeah, mate, car's really good, eh? So, a little bit of unnecessary carnage out here tonight, but the car's really good.
Now, you must be pretty, as you said, the car's really good. You must be stoked to actually get back in the winner's circle and up the front where you're accustomed to running.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be up here fairly often, so we'll see how we go tomorrow.
No worries. Well, there we have it, race fans. Shane Coulker from Narrogin.